In today's video, we're going to be building these Murphy shelves / desks. 7 foot by 3 foot. Let's go. The reason for this build is because my brother helped me install my mini split in the garage. So now I have the task of building 2 Murphy bookshelves for him that can turn into a desk also. Just ripping down all the pieces of plywood that I need for the 2 bookshelves. I'm using the Kreg rip cut to cut all the pieces that I need. If you're wondering what that purple rectangle that I'm cutting on is, it's actually a piece of insulation, a foam insulation. Actually, it's 2 inches thick. It works really good for to cut on top of. Won't ruin the blade, and it keeps me off the ground a little bit. If you're curious about the rip cut by Kreg, I made a little video on it. So if you're curious and want to know a little bit more, I did a little review on it. So go watch that video after this video, of course. Have the jig set up. We're about to do a test run on these pieces I'm not going to use. So let's give it a try. Some people might say just use pocket holes for this situation, but I'm going for a little bit more strength than that. That's why I routed out these grooves. So it's pretty similar to a mortise and tenon. And I'm just gonna have those inset a little bit and glue it and brad nail it when the time comes. Yeah, I was definitely wishing I had a bigger work table when I was doing all this, but hey, made it work. Yeah, keep your scrap pieces. Because this is a little sawhorse thing I used so I could route out the very end. Hey, don't throw away your scrap. Comes in handy sometimes. We have the pieces cut. Have them all the way I want to. Placing them in here. Have everything set up. Glue, nails, square. Let's do it. Let's glue. After I started putting this thing together on the work table, I pretty much instantly regretted it. Maybe I should have just worked off the ground, even though I hate doing it. I hate working on the ground so much. I built the second bookshelf on that little table too. So I guess it wasn't too bad. This next part was a challenge. So if you're doing a build like this, if you can recruit somebody else to help you, it would make life a lot easier. But yeah, that glue is going to be the strength, and the nails are going to be just temporary holds until that glue dries. And it'll be pretty solid after that, especially after we put the backing on. Now we're just sanding it down a little bit, nothing too crazy, get some of that dried up glue off, and just prepping it for that next step. This wood filler, I actually like it a lot. The wood filler I used to use was actually homemade, glue and sawdust. But now, after using this, I'm probably gonna stick to this for sure. It doesn't take long for it to dry, so after that, you can just sand it down and it's ready to go. Next up is edge banding. This is actually the first time using edge banding, and let me tell you, I was a little nervous and a little scared to do it, but hey, gotta learn something new every day. It was actually really easy to apply. Edge banding is easier than ironing clothes, for sure. Or at least to me it is. To get the excess edge banding off, I just using sandpaper, but later on you'll see what I changed to. The shelves are ready to paint. Got it taped up, so let's go. Made my own little homemade paint booth, as you can see behind me. So see how it goes. Gonna do a little venting. I don't know, first time doing this thing, so let's figure it out together. And we're gonna be using this Home Right paint sprayer. Got off of Amazon. Give it a whirl. It's an electronic paint sprayer. Had good reviews, so let's give it a try, shall we? Let's go. Put primer on the first Murphy shelf. Ran out of primer, I should have just got more. But yeah, it's coming together. Paint sprayer works pretty good. Only thing is, it's kind of difficult to get in this area right here. So it's the only thing. I wish it was a little smaller, but it is what it is. It's coming out good. Hey, they're looking really good.
Yeah.
But the only thing is, I ran out of paint on the back side. I started brushing the little bit I had left. Now just removing all the plastic and the painter's tape to get it ready to stain the shelves now. Moving on to the actual Murphy shelf part of the build. just cutting out for where the little handles would be. It's just going to be open. Just kind of whip together that little jig for that handle cutout. Earlier in the video, I was using a piece of sandpaper to sand the excess edge banding off, but now I'm using this little hand planer. Works a lot better. I'd definitely recommend doing that. It's a lot cleaner too. These are the hinges I'm using for the Murphy shelf part. Just testing it out on some scrap pieces. Works pretty good, I like it. Also added two magnets in the corners of the shelves to stop it and just also keep it up for the shelf to not just randomly fall. Later on, some support brackets were added on, so when the Murphy shelf was down, you could use it as a desk too. Hey, thanks for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you liked it, hit that like button down there. And also, don't forget to subscribe so you can watch the next video when it comes out. Hey, thanks again so much. Catch you on the next one.